In this video, we're going to show you how to install the interior door handle on your Nissan Frontier, located on the driver's side front door. Once you have the door open here, our particular model has window cranks on this. It doesn't have power windows. Now I want to go ahead and remove this if you have crank windows. Now on our particular door panel, you can see some scuffs here. Someone has already been in here and their tool has scratched up the plastic. To help prevent that, ideally what you want to do is you can use some regular tape. And you're going to slide it in here, push it on the door panel, kind of work that tape in a little bit. And what you're doing is you basically want to try and protect the door plastic from the tool scraping on it. It's not always foolproof, but it is a good way to prevent your door panel from getting scuffed up. Now behind here is going to be a little C-clip or something to that effect, an E-clip, some people call it. We're going to use this tool here, and what happens is when we push this out, you're going to go in here behind I'm just using a little pocket screwdriver here to get my tool underneath here and slide this in along here. Kind of rotate this around. You want to try and push that clip off. And once that clip pops off, you should be able to pull this right straight out. There it is. This one here is a little bit different from the standard clip, but this is the unit here, and it slips into two notches on the inside here. So you can push this on, and it actually pops into place. So all you have to do is once you're all done here, you line this up where you want this to be and just push it on, and this clip will snap it back into place. But at this point, we'll go ahead and remove our little gasket here. You can go ahead and remove your tape. Remove the door pull unit here. You're going to come around to the back edge. Just use your fingers and gently tug up. You can hear that. Pull it up. Now don't hike up on the front section. You have to be super careful. Use my pocket screwdriver in here. And pull up on this. Now the part here, you can see how it has like two angled tabs on here. If you break these here, you have to replace this unit. The front of this armrest will never fit or seat the same. So make sure that you pull up on that evenly. Go ahead and set that aside. We want to come on up to the door handle section here. Now there's two parts of this trim we need to take off. There's this piece here, and then we have the cup on the front side. I'm going to use a little pick. I'm going to go up underneath and just gently pull out on this. All right, there's 5 tabs holding this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Go ahead and set that aside. Then we have the front cup here. Use my pick. Pop that out. A couple tabs here holding that in place. Set that aside. Now there's going to be 3 10mm bolts. There's one right here. And then there's 2 over where the door pull was. There's one right here and one right here. Let's go ahead, loosen and remove all 3. Set those bolts aside. Now our door panel is held on by some plastic trim buttons around the perimeter. We're going to use our plastic trim tool, gently pull out on the door panel and get this behind there. And you just want to kind of give this a little twist and a pop. Here we go. And once it starts to come out, And just support that door with your knee or whatever. Just gently pull straight out, working your way around the perimeter. Here we go. Now once you pull that panel out and you feel that just the top is securing it, gently lift up on that door panel while pulling away at the bottom. Go ahead and lower this down. Now if you have power windows, you're going to have a switch right here. You're going to have an electrical connector that goes to the back side of that switch. Just pull this out, disconnect that switch, remove your door panel and set it aside. Now the door handle is held on here with a 10mm bolt. Just get to loosen and remove that. Go ahead and set that aside. Once you have that bolt out, we're gently going to just kind of use the palm of your hand and just kind of bump the whole unit back. We're going to unlock little plastic locks here. And then you can pull this out. Now this cable's coming to this. If you want to, you can remove this a little bit, help you with that. Use a razor blade. There's going to be a self-sealing adhesive here. Just use a razor blade and go ahead and cut this. Don't cut the water shield, but you can see how I did that. And then just run along here. Now this isn't always necessary. Sometimes you can peel this off. It's coming off nice for us. But that's strictly just to get a little bit better access to this. If you want, pop that out. Once again, not necessary, but at least this gives us a shot where we can see inside our cable units. All we want to do is release these white ends of our cable by simply snapping it out and pulling them down. And work this out. Now if we flip this over, the upper cable goes to the upper portion, lower cable to the lower. So we swing this out, there's an opening right here. You just need to position the lock button so you can go ahead and pop this out. It's a cable with a post on it that literally just pops and snaps in. The bottom is a ball design, so even if you do mess these up, you can't really install them in the incorrect location. Position that, pop that ball end out. Go ahead and grab your new handle, and we're just going to reverse the procedure. We're going to install the ball end cable first. Now you're going to set the ball inside of that pocket and then run the cable through that little notch on the bottom. So let's go ahead and do that now. Press that in. You can bring the cable end around. There's a groove in this white plastic cable end, and that groove will help line that up. Push that up, and you can hear it and feel it snap into place. The other one here is the cable end with that 90-degree angle on the end. You're going to fit that into the hole on the top of the door lock lever. Swing this around, snap that cable end into place. You can go ahead and test everything, make sure everything is operating as it should. Feed the door handle through the water shield if that's how you decided to do that. If not, you can do it right through the face of it here as well. On the back side, we have these three little tabs, 1, 2, 3, that fit into the holes in the door shell. Push that in, and then push the door handle assembly forward. It'll lock into place. You can feel it secured. Reinstall your water shield by simply lining that up and pushing that adhesive back into place. Install the screw. Just gently snug that down. Now at this point here, if you have power windows, go ahead and reconnect the electrical connector to the back here, and then we'll go ahead and hang the door panel. And we're going to install our door panel. You want to make sure that these plastic push pins are placed in all the way around the perimeter. Sometimes when we're removing the door panel, they pop off and stay inside the door shell. So you want to go ahead and remove those using a trim tool and pop them into the door shell. Now when we go to install this, we want to hang the top window sweep first. So kind of tilt that in. Wiggle this down into position. You'll see that drop down around your glass. And then when you release this, those pins should line up. At this point, I'm just gonna go ahead and give the door shell a bump. Okay, our door panel is locked into place, so let's install the 3 10mm bolts. Go ahead and install the 3 bolts. Gently snug that down, and then you get the 2 over here by the door handle pull. Install the trim bucket underneath. Take the trim bezel here, simply line that up and gently snap it in with your fingers. Let's install our armrest pad here. Make sure that all of your tabs line up around the perimeter. Press in the forward section first. Pop that down into place. Go ahead and line up your window crank handle. Choose your desired location for this here. We're just going to go to the down position, put that gasket on, line this up, push it on. It's already snapped into place. Go ahead and test the functionality of that window crank, and you're all set.
When only the best will do, demand TRQ. The only company that lets you view before you do. TRQ is committed to offering the highest quality aftermarket auto parts that are engineered for peace of mind. Thanks for using and viewing with TRQ.